I'd like to call to order this regular meeting of the Council of the Village of Chase to be held here at the village office, 826 Okanagan Avenue via Zoom, March 11th at 4 p.m. I have proclaimed March 26th as Purple Day in the Village of Chase to let people know about epilepsy awareness. Number 2, adoption of agenda. Councillor Stevens, Councillor Torbonne. Any discussion? All in favor? It's carried. Number 3, adoption of the December 17th meeting. Councillor Herman, Councillor Khan. Any discussion? All in favor? It's carried. 3.2, minutes of the February 25th meeting. So moved. Councillor Torbonne, Councillor Herman. Any discussion on that one? All in favor? That's carried. 3.3, minutes of the March 4th meeting. Councillor Stevens, Councillor Herman. Discussion? All in favor? That's carried. Number 4, no public hearings today. Number 5 is public input on current agenda items. This is an opportunity for members of the gallery to provide input on items on this agenda. There's 15 minutes allowed total, so how many people would like to speak? Just put your hand up so we know how many, and we can. One? Did I see one, just one hand? Nobody on Zoom? Okay. Just name and address, and you are up.
I'm not sure if this, because it was in the package, I'm assuming I'm allowed to speak on it. This is concerning, I'd like to make a couple of comments. Oh, sorry, Adrian Matheson, Beach Crescent. I'd like to make a couple of comments on the Village of Chase, the Growing Community Fund. Am I allowed to comment on that one? There's so much paperwork flowing around, I don't know which one of these minutes it belongs to.
I'm gonna defer to the CAO.
Mr. Mayor, so the Growing Communities Fund was referred to in minutes.
Yep.
From a previous meeting. Ms. Matheson did phone our office today, and the finance officer did try and call her back to answer her questions, but she didn't answer the phone, she was out, so.
I explained I was in meetings too.
Okay, sure,
And
no.
I was trying to find out if I was able to talk on this.
Oh, right, technically no, because it's not actually on the agenda, but she could raise it at the end of the meeting.
At the end of the meeting?
Oh, we don't have one at the end of the meeting, sorry. We can certainly, can we give you a call tomorrow and have a
Yeah,
chat
I
about
just
it?
got a couple of comments, and if nobody
Okay.
else is speaking, I would
It's up to
appreciate
council,
saying them.
if the council would like
What
to.
does the court officer, you okay with this?
Yeah, defer to the chair.
Okay, sure. You can comment, yeah.
Okay, my comments are, it's lovely that we've got this funding received and available and not all spent. And my only comments that I would like to make, because in the village, we do have financial problems, and in many areas we are overspent. And, you know, these dollars are really good. And my suggestion is that I would really feel it would be nice to see that some of the items, one being the hiking trails for $150,000, and so that allocation of $150,000, and then also the allocation of $267,000 for the Mill Park boat launch. That's money that isn't desperately needed this year by the town, and I would really like to see it if this could go out to whatever the procedure is for a vote from the village. You know, let's face it, a lot of people really aren't interested in these hiking trails that keep coming up or the boat launch, because we actually right now kind of have two, though they're all season. So this is my suggestion, is that the village actually gets a chance to vote on how this almost $400,000 is spent. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Anybody else? Okay, seeing nobody else, we will move to number 6, delegations. We have none. 7 reports. March 3rd, I met with the CAO and CPKC regarding the train stopping and blocking traffic. March 5th, went to the Shuswap Watershed Council meeting in Chase. It's reforming, it's found new funding. Rona Martin is the chair and Stephen Carcutt from Kamloops is the new vice chair. March 6th, I went to the TNRD Parks and Trails meeting and later on the TNRD regular meeting. Councillor Connett?
March 3rd, the environmental meeting, and March 4th, council meeting.
You had coffee with the mayor?
Councillor Herman?
Okay, March 3rd, was the climate action meeting, here in the village office, March 4th, budget meeting, and then nothing else except I did attend the, excellent, district, or league playoffs, that our 2 U11 teams were in the final game on the weekend, and that was pretty exciting, so. And I did, talk to several people about different, concerns in the community, so. That's it.
Thank you. Councillor Stevens?
Thank you. I attended the March 4th special budget meeting. I connected with residents about taxes, budgets, and community health. I fielded calls and emails as they came in. I communicated back and forth with the Rec Society quite a bit. I reviewed the March 10th agenda and reports, especially the grant aid reports today, and made a lot of notes for consideration. I connected with the Municipal Insurance Association of BC, so I'm the council liaison for Chase, so I'm just trying to better my understanding of their agency, I guess. And then, yeah, I spoke with staff regarding policy and then an edit to our resolution that's going to SILGA. That's all, thanks.
Thank you. Councillor Torbon?
Okay, February 25th, council meeting, March 4th, special budget meeting. March 5th, attend the Shuswap Watershed meeting at the hall. March 11th, met with Sergeant Newport at the detachment, discuss various things, and he will do up a report and come to the April 22nd regular council meeting to present the crime report for Chief, or call report, I guess, it's crime. And and then over and above that, review agenda, monitor emails and respond where necessary, take inquiries from local citizens, and consult with our staff as required.
Okay, thank you. And we have the staff reports through the CAO. Do you wish to add anything, or any of your staff wish to add anything to your reports?
I don't think so, Mr. Mayor. No, thank you very much.
Okay, does anybody from council have any questions for staff?
Yes, I do, Mr.
Councillor
Mayor,
Connett.
thank you very much for asking. Washroom, public washrooms, have we got anything?
Mr. Mayor,
Okay.
so we've had recent discussions with the Chase Lions Club, and we've discussed a couple of locations, and they are taking the proposed locations that we've suggested back to the club, and they're coming back to us when their club says yay or nay about whether they, now, so we discussed with them the Fountain Park, so we call it the Fountain Park, and I'm not sure why we call it the Fountain Park.
Because it's a fountain, it was
Used to
a
be a
fountain.
fountain.
There used to be a fountain there, okay.
Okay.
So we discussed that with them, and initially they weren't too keen, but after some other discussions they had with us and other folks, they started thinking about it, they're gonna take it back to the club, and so we should have something back from them in the next month. And then we can make a decision to move forward.
So nothing with the pocket park, the people that own it, they won't talk to us, or what's
We
the
haven't
scoop?
received any information from them at all, nothing.
Nothing. God's sakes, that's where it belongs.
Unfortunately, Mr. Mayor, we don't own that land.
I know, we lease it.
Yeah.
Maybe we should tell them to shove it up their arse.
Any other questions from council to staff? Need a motion to receive the reports for information. Councillor Stevens, Councillor Torban, all in favor? That's carried. Thank you. Number 8, no unfinished business. 9, new business, grant and aid applications, reports from the CFO and to the CAO. Do we want to deal with these individually or all at once, or what's your?
Mr. Mayor, I think likely individually, but I'd just like to defer to the CFO to see if she has anything to add to her report. And she did invite folks that did apply for funding to attend the meeting.
Did Councillor Torban?
Yeah, I'll put a motion on the floor with regards to this, the grants, and then we can discuss it.
Do you wanna wait for the CFO to say something, or do you wanna do that?
No, I've read
Okay.
everything, so.
Okay,
So I'll make the motion that for the grant and aids, Creekside Seniors, $1,200, Chasen Area Family Services Program, $2,000, Communities in Bloom, $1,400, Adams River Salmon Society, $3,000, for the total amount of $7,600.
do we have a seconder for that one?
I'll second.
Oh, okay, second.
Yeah.
Councillor Stevens, discussion.
Yep. Oh, sorry.
Councillor Torban?
I just, oh, yeah. you go.
Okay,
Council.
the reason I chose that particular one is because the applications, of course, are in the amount of over $12,000. And traditionally, we set aside $10,000 for grant and aids. And like when you read some of it, like, I'm not really sure that we should, some of the information says that we should be given, they want the grant and aid because they want to buy presents for the volunteers. I don't think we should give grant and aids for presents, it's really not. It's to improve things, like either with this senior thing or for projects. The money is designed to go towards projects. And with doing it at these amounts, $7,600, that would still leave us $2,400 for any exceptional things that might come up throughout the year. So this way we don't give it all away at once.
Okay, Councillor Stevens, did you have something?
Yeah, I just wanted to note that I think some of the, I just wanted, just for clarity, I did read as well. Some of the gifts are like honorariums and things like that for elders and things that are, they really do contribute a lot of knowledge and time to events, and they make events really special for the community. So I just wanted to add that piece, but yeah, that's all, and yeah, that's it.
Councillor Erman and then Councillor Coniff.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, okay. No, I was just gonna say, I had looked through all of them and, thought about them all, and I think the numbers that you gave were pretty fair. I like that, I understand the honorarium thing too, but if we're giving, somebody so much, a certain amount of money, we're not telling them what to spend it on anyways, right? We're just giving them a grant and aid, so they get to choose what they would like to spend it on. And that goes for all the groups. So, I mean, but the numbers, I think, make sense, and it leaves us a little left over for extra things that do pop up during the year, which always seems to happen. That's just my opinion.
Okay, Councillor Coniff.
I'm all for the top two. The Bloom, we could cut that back. And I'm a supporter of when the money is from the taxpayers at Chase, that it does not leave. And the salmons is, where's that from?
Yeah, this is your chance.
Yeah, but I'm just asking, the Adams River Salmon Society want $3,000, or they wanted more than that for a pop-up tent.
Who are you asking?
Well, I'm just asking council and I'll ask.
You wanna, well,
I might
Okay.
shed some light on that.
okay, Councillor
Generally
Torban.
speaking, the people that are involved in the Salmon Society are people from Chase. It's economically, it brings in lots of tourists to this area, some of which support the businesses in town here. So it's something that comes out of the municipality with the volunteers being from Chase that run the Salmon Society. Other than that, I don't know what to say, but just in response to it, I had something for Jane there.
I think they could cut it back a little bit more.
So Councillor Stevens?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I think that with supporting outside like like specifically the village, that we bring in a lot of benefits to the village. So some of these events, like they support people from the village of Chase, they go out there, they have a great time, and that's awesome. I think we should support that. I think some of the items that they offered or they asked for are completely within reason. And the second part of my discussion was through the mayor to the CAO, but can you please clarify the original motion?
Yes.
Just the dollar amounts, I couldn't write them down
Yeah,
fast
the
enough.
original, and actually, I think Councillor Torbaum took it right off of page 16 of
Page
the
16.
agenda.
That's it,
So it was,
okay,
yeah, it was
excellent,
what the staff recommended grants amounts
Yeah.
were, but yeah.
excellent, perfect,
Do
thank
you
you.
want me to read them out? Or-
Well, I just wanted to make one.
Okay, Councillor Torban?
Like traditionally, when you apply for, because you said that we just give money to these, and we don't ask what it's for. That's not traditionally what it's designed to be. Traditionally, they have a project in mind. They apply for a grant in relation to that project, and then they report back on to us on what they did with the money. So to say that we just give them money, that's not what we normally do.
Well, no, I understand, I read all that,
Yeah.
I understand, but I was just saying, I didn't know that we got a report back. I
Yeah.
just thought we were giving them a grant, yeah, okay, thanks.
Does staff want to, since this was brought up, can staff say something about our grant need? Because that's my understanding too. Usually we're pretty specific on what, when they apply for a grant, like they state what they're gonna use it for and then they reply back. Is it to the CAO?
Yeah, Mr. Mayor, actually, the CFO is really well versed with their policy.
Okay.
Yes. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, most of the grantors do get back to us with how they spent their money and just a matter of following up afterwards.
The question is if they ask for certain things for the money, do they have to spend that money on those certain things? Or can they now just spend it on anything once we give it to them?
They could spend it on anything, we don't have a policing program to say that, the Chase Area Family Services is actually using that money for their supplies, it's gonna go for probably whatever they need at the time. Or Communities in Bloom, if we're giving them $1,400, they already have the registration money that needed for something else. So we're not really strict on, if we were like that, we would be asking for them, for us to pay their, on their behalf.
Is that,
Is that right?
okay, Councillor Coniff?
Can we change the numbers now?
You can, this is your chance to speak. Would,
On the items, take 1,000, give them 2,000,
also,
that's still,
are you talking about the Salmon Society?
yeah.
Would this be a
An amendment.
amendment to the CAO?
Yeah, if he would like to move an amendment to the original motion, yes.
So Councillor Coniff just asked, you
Yeah.
would like to amend,
Yeah, I would like to amend, that's the word, and give a little bit more to the Chasen Area Family Services in that, eh? And maybe a little bit more to Creekside Seniors.
and
I don't know
something
the
to do with,
amount.
something to do with the Salmon Society?
Yeah, but you take the $3,000 and take a little bit off of that.
Kinda nice to have some numbers.
Well, take $1,000 or, no, maybe 1,500 off of it.
So you would like to amend that part, take 1,500 off the Adams River Salmon
And
Society.
split it with Creekside Services,
750 to Creekside and 750 to,
and Chasen Area Family
okay,
Services.
do you have a seconder for that one? Oh,
Mr. Mayor, through Councillor Clement, Creekside Seniors has only asked for $1,200.
Oh, well,
So-
let's leave it that way. Yeah, well, give the rest to the Family Services.
okay, do you have a seconder? No, no seconder. Anything else on this, you guys? Councilor Connor?
Can we vote one at a time?
His motion was for everything.
Oh, okay.
You done?
Yeah.
Okay, good discussion. So, does anybody want the motion reread, or is everybody good? Okay, all in favor? Opposed? Councilor Conick? Thank you very much. 9.2 Art Holding Memorial Arena, municipal water usage report from the CFO through to the CAO. Is there anything you would like to add to this?
Mr. Mayor, I will defer to the CFO. Is there anything, Deb, you want to add to this also?
I don't think I have anything to add to this point, but I'm here to answer questions if there's any. I do see that the president of the Rec Society is also on Zoom, so if council has any questions.
What does council like to do on this one? Well, I'll do it.
Okay, I can't find it.
Okay, I'm gonna move the council waive the extra waiver charges incurred by the Recreation Center Society for municipal water usage for ice making from June to December last year, and that staff bring back the cost structure for recreation facilities owned by the municipality when treated municipal water is required for exceptional circumstances.
I'll second that.
Second by Councillor Stevens, now we go to discussion.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, thank you.
Councillor Stevens.
Yeah, I think that this path forward makes the most sense. They've made a pretty significant change over there, and, you know, their water reflected that. So I think that by council moving in this direction, that ensures that we are doing the right thing. We're not charging a society a lot of extra money that, you know, they're just a society. So I think this is a great way forward. So thanks to staff for putting this recommendation on the agenda.
Councillor Conick, did you have something?
Yeah, to Mike, did you guys know that they were taking water? Did they come and say, we're gonna have to steal 1,700 liters of water every day?
So the question's to the CAO?
Oh, well, I was gonna ask.
Yeah, but then she'll,
Mr. Mayor. Yeah, so the Public Works Manager can answer that directly to Councillor Connor.
So through the CAO, staff was made aware that there were issues with the temperature of the existing water system, and that they would be requiring to use some of our water. I myself wasn't here in previous years when this had been done in the past. I think that the volume came in as a total surprise to staff, but we were aware that that water was going to be used, the municipal water was going to be used to make ice for this year.
anything else, Councillor
I
Conick?
think they should have said something, well, you know, somebody should have came to council and said something.
Yeah, well, just for your information, I was fully aware of what was going on. I'm down there all the time. And Councillor Herman was aware. Yeah, yeah.
And actually, that's where because I was yakking to you and that's where I got it from, from the mayor. Otherwise, nobody would have known about it now, eh? I mean, that is a lot of water. That's over five, like in, just the 23,000 cubic meters, that is a ton of water.
CAO?
Mr. Mayor, if I could just have our Public Works Manager just relay, we did talk about this amongst senior staff, and we did ask whether this had an impact on our water treatment system or any of the costs for chemicals or anything like that. So I'd just like Mr. Baker to respond to that if you wouldn't mind.
Yeah, I think as we've had discussions based about our water system and the base rates and all of that sort of stuff, and the fact that there's a lot more to the base fees than the actual water usage. It has to do with the amortization of the pipes in the ground and our treatment plant and that sort of thing. So putting a bunch more water through the system, because our pipes were able to handle everything and there was no upgrades required or anything like that, the only additional costs really are the additional pumping costs and the chemicals to treat the water. So it's relatively negligible, the additional costs that were incurred through this year. So.
Councillor Stevens, did you have something?
No, I don't.
Okay. Councillor Connor?
With the system breaking down like that, and they have to take municipal water in that, maybe they should have said, oh, sorry, we can't make ice till we get this straightened around.
Okay, Councillor Torban?
Well, like I look at it, you know, it's unfortunate that their well situation that went awry on them, but it was something that they weren't able to control. As the arena, they didn't know that was going to happen. So, I mean, it's like the village, like if our water thing goes from the river, we have a backup well, and theirs is the reverse of that. Their water originally comes from a well, and that in a case of an emergency where they can no longer take it from the well, they have no other choice but to take it from the village system. The village system is actually the backup system. And when it all boils down to dollars and donuts, the arena is still owned by the village, and we would end up just paying money to ourselves anyways. So it really makes no difference.
Councillor Stevens?
Yeah, I just wanted to mention that, we just started having a liaison between the village too. So, yeah, I just attended my first meeting in January or at the beginning of February, and I sent everybody an update, and yeah, they provided a lot of great information in there, and they keep me in their email thread, and it's great with the society, so I always know what's going on, and I'll do it. I'll provide the council more frequent updates at council meetings.
Councillor
So
Connor?
what's different now than it was, what did they fix? They're still making ice, and now they're using the wells.
Right, so the wells weren't, from my understanding, aren't producing water that is of adequate temperature, so it's not able to make the proper ice. Maybe I can defer to the Public Works Manager if I'm incorrect on that, but I'm pretty sure that's the gist.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. Yeah.
One thing that I do have a little bit of interest in, and the Rec Society did poke this forward, was maybe the lifespan on the wells, and then the potential that the blasting could have damaged the wells. So I wanted to put that forward, and maybe in the minutes, just as something to look at. And yeah, I can provide further information on that with just more consultation with the Rec Society or with the facilities manager.
And Councillor Connor?
What about, like, it was treated water that was dumped into the aquifer? I mean, was that right to do that? I don't know what if you can actually do that.
Yeah,
Mayor,
CAO.
so this is something that we have discussed a little bit amongst staff, and we would like to pursue some of these questions and find answers and get some more information for the rest of council. So yeah, we're sort of in the preliminary stages of trying to find out a little bit more about how all that system works and why. I mean, Councillor Stevens is correct, it was a temperature issue in the fall with the water that was being drawn from that part of the aquifer. So we would like to pursue just working with the Rec Society and the facilities manager to attempt to see if we can find some resolution to this going forward.
Anything else from council?
Hopefully they'll get new,
Councilor Connor?
they'll get new, ice packs.
Okay, we're gonna put it to the vote. All in favor? That's carried. 9.3, Thompson Okanagan Co-op Housing Society, letter of support, memo from the Director of Corporate Operations. Councilor Herman?
I move that the council provide a letter of support to Thompson Okanagan Co-op Housing Society for their grant application to the Federation of Canadian Municipalities.
We have a seconder, Councilor Stevens.
Yes.
Discussion? All in favor? That's carried. Notice of motion. Okay, number 11 in camera, there's a recommendation there.
I'll move
Councilor
that,
Torbaum?
I'll move that council recess to an in-camera meeting pursuant to section 90 sub 1 of the community charter, paragraph K, negotiations and relation discussions respecting the proposed provision of a municipal service that are at their preliminary stages, and that in view of council could reasonably be expected to harm the interests of the municipality if they were held in public.
Second by Councilor Stevens. Okay, do we put that to a vote? Yeah, all in favor? That's carried, thanks. So we're gonna go in camera, we're gonna take 5 minutes.